So, I just clocked that I've been on the internet for 4 years and I've never really told you guys stuff about me so that y'all know shit. So, yeah, this is a very late introduction video. So, let's start from the start. My name's Shraddha, or Shreddies, because it's just there. My friends gave it to me and it stuck. Anyways, so I'm currently 16 years old and I was born on the 7th of September 2009, as all good people are, all cool people are, My favorite color is blue, but for some reason people keep assuming it's green. My guess is that it's because of the amount of neo green stuff I own, because of the amount of NCT stuff I like. So yeah. I used to live in India till I was 10 or 11. I used to live in India till early 2021, and also I started this channel in that same year. So yeah, but we won't be talking about that first video I ever made because I already have an entire commentary video on that, and I just don't want to think about the past because it was so bad. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I'm a feminist, I'm an ally and a queer person myself. And oh yeah, I love music. I mean, as you can tell, because my very first video on this channel was a cover of a very good song, but I think I kind of botched it up. So yeah, that's fun. I mean, it's kind of ironic because I don't really know how to play any instruments professionally, but I know the basics of it. So I could probably learn more, but I'm just too lazy. And I would just like to thank the British education system for that, So yeah. I've also been a dancer since I was wee little child, picture right here. Oh gosh. So yeah, I've been learning Bharatanatyam since I was 2.5 years old, which means it's been around 14 years since I started dancing, which is insane, but also explains my obsession with music. Honestly speaking, I'm always thinking of content, what to make and stuff, but I never really do stuff. Hence why this intro video is 4 years too late. So yeah, which is why my posting schedule is very similar to my studying schedule, aka non-existent. So yeah, I mean, we ignored this though. This is meant to be a study schedule, but I hardly ever follow it, so no one really cares. So yeah, that's that. Okay, so I've low-key run out of things to tell you guys, so I'm just gonna borrow questions. So, ooh, that is bright. So I'm low-key just gonna borrow How is it still bright? I'm gonna borrow questions from the internet and just answer them myself. I need to increase the brightness because I got glasses now. Oh yeah, that's another update. I finally have glasses. I never thought I'd be having them because I went 16 years without one and I got one. So I'm very sad because I was the only one in my family who doesn't have one, and I felt special. I mean, I don't really need them, but it's recommended I wear them, It's kind of like that, and I don't really want them. I really don't. So yeah. Okay, so the first question. What is your name? I think I answered that. But just in case you didn't catch it, it's... Wait, actually, I have a very big, actual name. My government name is really big. I'll tell you guys that. So it's... have fun trying to spell that. There was actually a time where I used to sub my own videos because they were long, and then I just sort of gave up. So, you know what? Fair enough. Okay, how old am I? I am 16 years old and October, November, December, and 3 months already, which is insane. My birthday's on the 7th of September 2009. Where do I come from? I come from India. I come from Kolkata. Where do you live? I live in my home. Have you got any siblings? Yes, I do. I have an older sister. She's made a cameo in a few of my videos from last year. But yeah. How large is your family? Are we talking in immediate family? Because if that's the case, there's 4 people including me. So there's my mom and my dad, obviously, and then my sister and me. So yeah, that's it. Nuclear family. Love it. What do you do for a living? This, I guess. What are your which are your hobbies? Which are your hobbies? Another thing about me, I am a very big grammar Nazi. I love correcting people's grammar. Okay. What are your hobbies? My hobbies include, I think martial arts, dancing, obviously, listening to music, and like lately writing poems and stuff. Because like I don't know, every time I try to write a poem, it just turns out so depressing. It's actually insane because like my friends always tell me like, "Who hurt you to write this?" I was like, I was just having like a bored day. It was like, so yeah. What are you good at? Everything. I'm good at everything because I'm just a diva, you know? Anyways, what kind of music do you listen to? Ooh. Oh, lately I've been getting a lot into Thai pop music, which let me just say like Lycan has a very special place in my heart now. So yeah, but I think my first ever like favorite genre of music might have been like Indian rap music. Raftar was my G. It's still my G actually, yeah. And then I would say K-pop and then like J-rock and stuff. So yeah. I listen to quite a lot of music. I don't really have like one specific genre, although I do have playlists I keep going back to. So like that's redundant, you know. Okay, what kind of sports do you like? I just like sports. I like quite a lot of sports, I'm gonna be honest. I enjoy netball, I enjoy badminton, I enjoy martial arts, obviously. So I think those are my top three. What is your favorite food? Favorite food. What is your favorite food? We're gonna read that again. What is your favorite food? What is my favorite food? I don't know. I mean, I think the first thing that comes to mind is like Maggie noodles, because like I don't know, it just is. Apparently I never like really liked Maggie till I was 4 years old. And we went on a trip to a really cold place in India called Gangtok. It's like on the Indo-Chinese border, close to at least. But yeah, and apparently that's the first place where I ate Maggie for the first time, and then I never stopped eating it. So I guess that's my favorite food. So yeah, I mean, I would say anything like really spicy is my favorite food because I love spice. Spice is life. Um, what kind of movies do you like? Action movies, I think. As a child of Indian cinema, action movies are amazing. But like, I'm gonna be so real for a second because like Indian movies these days, especially like the gory ones, are actually getting out of hand. Because why am I seeing an actual beheading on screen? Like, I'm sorry, I didn't sign up for that. Like, so yeah. Who is my favorite actor? I'm just gonna say for Bollywood because I don't really watch a lot of Hollywood films, you know? So yeah. I think Bollywood. Huh. Who do I like? I think Siddharth Malhotra comes to mind first, and then I think Mahesh Babu, and then Allu Arjun, and Dulquer Salman. Yes, I know, I am amazing. And finally, how do you spend your holidays? Doing this stuff. I record for fun. That's how I spend most of my free time. My holidays, I just really like listen to music. I often get a lot of work, so I just do that instead. So I don't really know what I do on my holidays. I mean, I do go out with my friends a lot, so yeah. Okay, how many languages can you speak? Okay, so I can speak Hindi, I can speak Telugu, I can speak Bengali, I can speak English, obviously. I mean, I am learning quite a few languages. I'm learning Korean. I'm learning French. I'm learning Spanish, like, but very barely. But yeah, I think that's about it. I tried learning Thai, and then I just gave up after like one day because I was like, "Whoa, this is too hard." So yeah, I think those are the languages I can like kind of know what's going on, if not speak. So yeah. Found more questions. Okay, what's your latest guilty pleasure? I think I think doing some letter work is really fun because I get to make as crazy letters as I can. So yeah. What is my favorite subject in school? English. It's always gonna be English for me because it's so easy for me. It was so easy. So yeah. If you could choose a superpower, what would you pick? Teleportation. I want the ability to teleport. I am always so late for places, so like I would rather just get out. So yeah. Okay. Have you ever won something? Well, I don't think I have. Okay, wait. I think my this is the problem with medals. Like they always medal in your business. Okay, I think my favorite medals. Shut up. I think my favorite medals are these ones. It's from my world championship last year. So yeah, I got 2 gold and a silver. Ooh, she is shiny. So yeah. How would you describe your personality? Okay. Eccentric, to put it in one word. I'm a little bit cuckoo, I'm a bit nutsy, I'm a little bit... What do you think drives you? A car. What skill do you think is essential for everyone to learn? What skill, actually? That's a very good question. Thank you, random website. RendezvousMag.com. Thank you. Okay. I think the skill that everyone needs is probably communication, or like voicing their own opinion, because in a world where you can get prejudiced for like literally saying what you want, or like have your words be taken down because you said something that didn't align with like people in power, I think it's very important that we learn how to like speak. Wow, that was so deep till I just like ruined it. Anyways, next question. What event in your life had a huge impact? I think probably moving to London was like the event in my life that had the biggest impact, because I had to start basically my entire life over from scratch, which was like a bit daunting, and that led to me discovering sides of myself that I never really knew existed, made friends that I never would have made. You know what? I love them. So they're probably like, oh, I love them. Okay. Next question. What place have you visited that filled you with awe? Paris, hands down. I love Paris. If I didn't want to live in the UK, I would probably live in Paris. Like, Paris is Paris. Okay. Do you think it was easier to live in the 50s, 80s, or now? I think now, because, you know, people are a lot more freer now. I mean, not completely free, but free enough that they have methods to get their voice heard. I mean, of course, they're like repressed sometimes, but yeah. I think now is better because so many more social changes have occurred and stuff. So yeah. Okay, now I want to do some deep questions. Okay, deep questions. Okay, thank you, journalsmarter.com for these 40 deep questions to know yourself and your life purpose. Guys, I'm 16. Why am I doing this? Okay. Okay, what are you most likely very wrong about? The fact that my unrealistic dreams can still be achieved. And that being that I want to be on a stage, I want to dance, I want to sing, I want to, you know. What I'm saying is I want to be like an artist, music artist, but that's my unrealistic dreams. I don't think that's going to happen. So yeah. What chapters would you separate your autobiography into? I think every year would be a chapter. So yeah. Chapter 1 would be when I'm 1 year old. I mean, obviously, I don't know what that... 1 year old? Did I just say that? 1 year old. Okay, yeah, whatever. So I think, yeah, based on my age, I think I would divide the chapters. What are some things you've had to unlearn? To be fair, I'm still learning quite a lot of stuff, so I don't think I really had to unlearn a lot, because I'm still kind of young, so I don't really have to unlearn a lot of stuff. Yeah. What could you give a 40-minute presentation without any preparation? That was a tongue twister. Why? I don't know. A 40-minute presentation. I think social rights in the US right now. I think that'd be a pretty big one to do right now. If you didn't have to, what the hell is this? If you didn't have to sleep, what would you do with the extra time? What would I do with the extra time? I would probably do stuff I don't normally do. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I would probably like, most likely I think I would just do some work and just like listen to music. That's it. Yeah. What's the best and worst piece of advice you've ever received? I think the best piece of advice I've ever had was, you don't have to fit into any box to be, you know, normal, because normal is a social Normal is a social construct, which no one is supposed to fit. Being normal is basically stereotypical at this rate, so yeah. Worst piece of advice. I think worst piece of advice, not to do anything about like stuff that's gone wrong in your life, because if you have the power to change it, you change it. So yeah, that's what I believe. Whoa, that got deep. Wow. Damn, Journal Smarter here to ask the right questions, man. Why did you decide what to do? Why did you decide to do what you are doing now in your life? I think it was mostly not peer pressure. It was kind of like, oh, all of my friends in India were doing it. Like, they were recording videos and stuff. And so I was just like, me too, I guess. So yeah. But if you mean in terms of like my education and stuff, other stuff, I think it's because I was motivated to do them. I think especially with martial arts, I quite like it. So yeah. I think that's what kind of drove me, motivation to do stuff. What's the most impactful no you've said recently? When someone tried to disregard one of my friend's feelings about like their friendship, and my friend wanted me to speak up for her, yeah, I think that was when I said no to this person, and yeah, I think it caused a big impact. Obviously I'm not gonna name names, but you know who you are. What was the most stressful experience of your life? I think from year 6 to year 9, because that was the time when I experienced a lot of hate in my personal life, and it was a very like stressful time for me, because A, I was getting used to a completely new environment, and B, there were just like a lot of mean people. So yeah, I think the meanness has come down. Obviously, I love yeah, I am okay with everyone right now. I'm fine now. So yeah. Is there something that you've dreamt of doing for a long time, and if you haven't, why haven't you done it? I mean, the thing I've been wanting to do for a long time is audition, and I have done it, but I just got rejected, and I think I don't want to do it again because I'm scared of rejection again. But I mean, I feel like I might do it again this year, you know, because last year I was gonna do it, and I actually started making a video and everything, but I kind of just chickened out at the last moment, and then I just, you know, never came back to it. Like I started doing research, I started doing like everything related to that. So yeah. What would you like to change about your family? I think I would want like a younger brother or something. I want a younger sibling, basically. I would change that about my family. But if you mean personality-wise, I feel like they need to start being a little more funny, because they don't get my jokes, and I don't think that's my problem. Okay. What one thing you would do if it would be impossible to fail? Impossible to... I think I might actually like become a music artist or something like that. So yeah. Maybe in something in the creative field where you can like actively be a role model, like being looked up to and stuff. What is something you love now that you never could have imagined you would like in the past? Ooh, I think martial arts. I wasn't really much of like a martial arts person back in the day. I can say that now. Anyways, back in the day, a decade ago, basically, I don't think I would have enjoyed martial arts because I was more into dance and stuff like that. I mean, I still am into dance, I'm still into music and all that, but I think martial arts just helps me keep in check with myself. Because, okay, I'm gonna be so honest with you, I have a very, like, short temper, and I think martial arts really helps me, like, kind of keep myself in check or act as a stress relief. So yeah. What are you addicted to? I think I'm just addicted to myself. Like, I'm such a beautiful person. I'm just addicted. Okay. What was the most bizarre encounter you've had in your life? Huh. Okay. So this one time an alien came. No. I'm not gonna do that. Bizarre encounter. I think it was when me and my friend, we were walking around in like a nearby park, and then these two guys just came out to us being like, "What do you think our age is?" And then we were just blurting out random numbers, and then they started laughing to themselves and they ran off, and I was like, what the hell was that? So yeah, I think that was really weird because I was 14 or 15 at that time. So yeah, I was just like, what the hell? Why are these like mid-20s people coming in and asking us these questions? So I was very confuzzled. Okay. What advice would you offer yourself 5 years ago and 1 year ago? 5 years ago, I think I would say have more confidence in your abilities, because you're amazing, dude. Like, you still are, you just got more amazing. But yeah. 1 year ago, I think don't let injuries hinder your progress, because when I went for my tournament last year, I actually didn't know this at the time, but I actually like tore my ACL ligament at that time, and I still managed to like get golds and silvers. So yeah, I recently had surgery for that in June. Yeah, I had surgery for that in June this year. It's still healing, but it's doing good. So yeah, I think that's also why I haven't been active, because I was just like so sad. And I think since I found out that I needed the surgery, I think I took a slump, because I was so heartbroken. I didn't want to, stop all my activities. I think it's been almost close to a year I haven't done like karate and stuff. I haven't really danced properly in a while as well. So I think that kind of stuff really affects you. So I feel like a year ago, if I knew all this, I would probably try like cope better with it. So yeah, I think that's the advice I would give. What are you looking forward to in the coming months? Probably my birthday, because I'm turning 17 next year, and I just can't wait to annoy everyone. And every time they ask my age, I'm just gonna be 17 right here. Anyway, so yeah. If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know? I probably would want to know what would have happened if I got accepted when I auditioned for SM Entertainment in 2024. Was it even 2024? I actually don't know. It might actually have been 2024, yeah. It might have been April. No, it can't have been April. Oh, no, it was. I auditioned for SMNGG, so basically I could have been in Hearts to Hearts or something like that. So that's fun. Even though one of the members actually has my birthday. Birthday, not year though, so yeah. I forgot your name. Jiwoo, I think? Yeah, I'm so salty. I don't even stand Hearts to Hearts. Like, I'm that petty. I'm very petty. So yeah. And okay, so final question. What makes you angry? I think I get really angry when things don't go my way. No, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, last question. On the political spectrum, where do you stand? Okay, as someone who's kind of interested in politics, because, I'm Indian, and, our politics system is a little bit, screwed, I think a little bit in the middle, but a little bit towards left. I'm Inspector in Inspector Calls, let me put it that way. I do believe we are members of one society and we are responsible for one another. Okay, wow, I am such a nerd. Okay, yeah. So I think that's the truth, and I am a big ally because I'm a queer person myself. I am also Desi, so obviously I care for quite like a broad range of rights and stuff. And honestly, I think everyone deserves fair rights, but it's just the fact that some people like to misuse those rights to spread hate and bigotry about others, that I don't like it. That's why I think, that's why I also think free will doesn't really exist, because there's so many laws, like, free will does not exist in my opinion. What you do is conducted by your environment and stuff, so yeah. That was a very deep one to end on. I would just like to say I will try to raise awareness for Sudan. I will try to raise awareness for Palestine. Try to raise awareness for Ukraine, and the genocide going on in Congo as well. So yeah, I feel like if you guys know any good links to, you know, help, please do just drop them in the comments. And I just want to say I express my support for them every single like time. I've tried to speak up about it, but I'm just kind of like scared because I'm still 16 and I don't know if my opinion counts on the internet, because, you know, I don't really have that much of a following. So yeah, I don't know. So I think, yeah, so to summarize, on the political spectrum, I stand with pride as Inspector from Inspector Calls. Alrighty, that intro video took way longer than I thought it would. Let's see if I can edit this properly. I'm gonna get editors ready, and I'm gonna ask, you know, how long it took to edit. Anyways, so I hope you guys got to know a little bit more about me, and not just the fact that I like K-pop and like music. I hope you derived a lot of insight into my brain, because let's be honest, like I don't know what's going on in my brain. So yeah, alright. Thank you so much for tuning into this long video. Love you all. Stay safe. Bye bye.